Here are my 8 or so tips for having a good winter in your GR Corolla. Tip number 1, this down here, that's your windshield wiper blade defroster. If you turn that on, it'll defrost your wiper blades so they don't get stuck to your windshield and they don't get ruined. Number 2, drive mode for the winter. 60/40 or track are going to be your best bets for not getting stuck. 70/30 will be fun for sliding around, all that, but if you're trying to make it through some deep snow, 60/40 or track. In the same vein, you're going to go down here to your traction control button and you're going to hold it down and it's going to turn traction off, blind spot, traction control off, all that, and it won't say expert right here. That's the key. If you just hold it down, it won't say expert. That means you are now fully disabled for traction control. If you're getting stuck in the snow, hitting that will make it so you don't get stuck anymore. Well, to an extent. It'll make it so all your wheels get power and it doesn't cut power at all, which can be really helpful if you get stuck in the snow. Aside from that, this little menu right here has a little symbol on it. That is your side mirror defroster. It's going to defrost those bad boys. I have aftermarket ones from Suma Performance. The factory ones are defrosting too. That's why it's included right here. Other than that, we're going to have engine braking. Hitting your brakes in the snow can cause you to lose traction and start to slide out because you're going to be locking up your brakes very quickly. The way to avoid this with a manual car is to just go to a lower gear and let the engine slow you down gradually. It'll make it harder to get up to a high speed and all that. Engine brake when you can. In a similar train of thought, it's going to be understeer. You'll notice in the snow it's extremely easy to understeer when you're trying to turn or slow down and turn. The solution is to straighten your wheel back out and try to do all your braking in a straight line and take your turn very slowly. If you've practiced with car control a bit, and I don't recommend this for beginners or people who are nervous about winter driving or who haven't practiced it already in a safe setting, you can handbrake. Yeah, so if you're understeering and you pull your handbrake for a second, it'll lock up your rear wheels, you won't have grip on them anymore, and it'll induce a little bit of rotation. Again, I don't recommend that for most people, but it is something you can do. Another thing I want to touch on is having winter tires versus all-wheel drive. So a lot of people think, I've got all-wheel drive, I'm good to go this winter. No, that's not true. All all-wheel drive does in the winter is make it easier to go forwards. You need the winter tires so you can stop. More important than not getting stuck is not hitting someone because you can't slow down fast enough, which is what happens a lot of the time when people think, I don't need my winter tires, I'm good to go like this. Absolutely not. Get snow tires for your conditions. If you get light snow, get some good all seasons. If you get heavy snow, get some Bridgestone Blizzaks. If you get so much snow that you can't even see the road for almost the entire year and you have several feet of snow on top of any ground, get Nokian Hakapelitas. It's a Nordic tread compound. That's going to be what you need for the most extreme snow. But for most people, either all seasons that are snow rated with a 3-peak rating are going to do well for you if you only get occasional snow, or Bridgestone Blizzaks, because they're going to be able to hold up to pretty heavy snow, 3 to 4 feet at a time, and they won't give you any traction issues and they'll let you stop quickly. Other things you might not know for winter is your car comes with warm temperature washer fluids. That means when it drops to sub-freezing temps, like right now where it's 32 degrees, what's going to happen is your washer fluid is going to freeze in the reservoir and then you won't be able to clear off your windshield when you try to spray it from cars throwing up muck off the ground. So go to an automotive store or Costco and get low temp washer fluid rated to negative 30 or 40 degrees Fahrenheit is generally a safe bet for winter conditions. There is 0 degree Fahrenheit washer fluids that you can get, such as if you're in California, the lowest you can get in California is 0 Fahrenheit because the other ones are banned for environmental reasons. Those will still freeze. It doesn't seem like they should because it's over 0 degrees Fahrenheit, but they'll still freeze sometimes. So your best bet is just going to be to venture out a little further if you can and pick up something rated for the negatives. The last thing I'm going to touch on today is going to be lighting. So if you've ever driven at night in a snowstorm, you're probably going to be pretty familiar with the Star Wars effect. And that is where it looks like you're going into warp drive at light speed because you just see all the snow flurries coming at you and you can't see jack. So a lot of people think that they need to put on their high beams to be able to see. That's not the case. The high beams actually make it a lot harder to see in front of you in snowstorms. What you should be doing is making sure your auto high beams are turned off, going over to your headlights, and then setting your fog lights to on. When you set your fog lights to on, what it's going to do is create a much shallower depth of field and allow you to see much more at night. It's the way to go. If you have yellow fog lights or color changing fog lights, use the yellow ones. Yellow is going to be better and easier to see. The yellow colors create contrast against the white snow and make it a lot easier to tell what's going on. Otherwise, that's going to be all. I hope you found something useful in this video and have a good day.